Professor Dietz and the rest of the viewers. My last video cut off, so I am just doing part 2. And here's everybody again. Your phone's bigger, it's harder. Okay. On December 11th, 1978 is when Gacy's last murder took place. This murder is what led to him being caught, and his horrendous crimes coming to an end. A 15-year-old boy named Robert Peist was a part-time employee at a pharmacy that Gacy's contracting business was supposed to be remodeling. Peist overheard Gacy talking to the store manager about hiring teenage boys for $5, which is double what Peist was making at the pharmacy. At 9 that night, Peist's mother came to pick him up from work, to which he told her that he was going to talk to a contractor about a job, then promised he would return home soon. Peist would be dead an hour and a half later at the hands of Gacy. The family filed a missing persons report the next day and decided to check with the pharmacy manager who this contractor was, as they thought of him to be a person of interest. The lieutenant with the police department had a son who went to the same school as Peist and decided to do a background check on Gacy that revealed he had an outstanding battery charge in Chicago and served time in prison in Iowa for the sodomy of a 15-year-old boy. Gacy would show up to the station a couple of hours later to give a statement of every move he made on the day Peist went missing, which led officers to obtain a search warrant of Gacy's house as they believed he was holding Peist hostage. Officers had arrived at the house and began searching. They found many suspicious items that did not belong to Gacy. After finding these items in the house, 24-hour surveillance was ordered on December 13th, and it only took 7 days for Gacy to crack due to the pressure. On the evening of December 20th, a week later, Gacy drove to his lawyer's office for a scheduled meeting, extremely disheveled and intoxicated. As he got there and sat down, he immediately asked for another alcoholic beverage. Gacy pointed to the cover page of a magazine on his lawyer's desk with Peist's face on it and said, "This boy is dead. He's dead. He's in the river." That confession would be the first of many. Gacy confessed to killing 33 boys, with many of the bodies still present on his property, and 4 in a river as he had run out of room to store them in his house. The confession went on for hours, extending into the next morning. During Gacy's confession to detectives, he claimed clowns can get away with murder, in reference to his alter ego, Pogo the Clown. Gacy was arrested after his confession and was brought to trial on February 6, 1980. The trial went on for almost 4 months, and John Wayne Gacy was sentenced to death on June 2, 1980. For 33 murder charges, sexual assault, and taking indecent liberties with a child. Gacy's conviction at the time was the most for which any person in U.S. history had been convicted. John Wayne Gacy was on death row for 14 years and was executed by lethal injection on May 9, 1994. I learned many things while researching this case. I had already known so much about this man, but learning about how everyone viewed him as a friendly guy who was willing to do anything for anyone, just to find out he had ended so many lives, gave me a new perspective on everybody I meet in my life. The killer clown taught me to be cautious with everyone I meet, because we truly don't know who anyone is. Thank you.